Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks. Bob.
Oh, boy, have we got a show for you tonight. This is Keps Korner, second week with my boy Tom. Tom's with me again tonight just to guide the ship a little bit since he's a pro at this. I mean, I'm a pro too, just not at this. I'm a pro at other things.
Go a pro.
What I'm not a pro at is watching the Philadelphia Eagles last week. That's what I'm definitely not a pro at. This week's show, Keps Korner, is brought to you by All Campus OC, located in Ocean City, New Jersey, Boardwalk between 10th and 11th Street. Also at allcampusoc.com. They've got their online store up and running now. You can use code Keps Korner for 15% off your merchandise. Get you some Eagles gear because we're only going to be wearing it for a few more weeks, the way it looks. Last week, we previewed the game last week. The simulation of Madden 21 had the Eagles coming out on top 21-6. And that was not the case. Madden was wrong, which tends to happen a lot if you're into Madden like I am. It tends to happen a lot. But last week was not pretty. It was not pretty at all. It looked like we were going to come back a little bit, and then all of a sudden the defense is just like, you know what? We're not going to play this drive. We're going to let you go down and score. It is definitely not the way I thought the game was going to go. I don't think anybody thought the game was going to go that way. We are a far better team than the New York Giants are. At least I thought so, but we definitely did not show up. It did not look like we were coming off a bye week at all. People were lazy. There was no heart. It just seems like there is no leader on this team at all right now. Not the coaching staff, not on the team, not anywhere in that entire organization does it look like there's a leader right now. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but that's what it looked like to me.
My thoughts are the same. I mean, I watched a game where I thought I had more energy sitting at home on a couch than the guys on the field. I didn't see anybody step up on Sunday and want to make a big play for this football team. I don't know. I don't know who's the leader in that locker room outside of Brandon Graham that we've known it's always been a leader. I mean, outside of him, where are them leaders at right now? And where was the fight on Sunday? Because that's sort of where, I got lost with it, right? I mean, I thought a football team was going to travel up the turnpike and give it everything they got in a divisional game, and it's not what we got at all. And it was the complete opposite. You're down 14-3 in a blink of an eye to the Giants. Daniel Jones, especially early on, made this defense look bad, look really bad. And I think we all thought that we were going to create some turnovers Sunday and make him look bad, and it was actually the opposite. So, here we are in another week, and I can't straight face, expect this team to go to Cleveland and beat them right now. So until they can win a game or two and pile some up, it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
And we're gonna pose the question tonight. The poll question tonight is the agree to disagree. You can agree to disagree or whatever. Or the poll question is, who do you think is responsible for their lackluster performance? And I'm not even talking lackluster. I was disgusted. I'm sitting at a friend's house watching this, and one's a Cowboys fan, one's a Niners fan, the other is a Steelers fan. So I really don't have to hear much from the Cowboys and Niners fans, right? But the Steelers fan, they're doing pretty well this year. Looks like they're going to the Super Bowl if they can stay healthy or whatever. But Steelers look really good, and we gave the Steelers a game. And then I'm watching this Giants game, and I'm watching it with my 14-year-old son. My 14-year-old son was disgusted. He didn't know what to say. He didn't know what to do, and I thought the main key to the game was going to be the defensive line against that patchwork offensive line. We didn't get no I don't remember us having maybe there was like one or two plays where the defensive line got any pressure. I know we had a sack fumble that Brandon Graham recovered and whatnot, and Of course, right away they shot to Brandon Graham's sack fumble force on Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. I'm like, we don't need to see this right now. We're not even close to this football team. And Carson Wentz was, he was so bad again. And week after week after week, I keep trying to defend the guy. And like we said last week, he's had the weapons out there. Jalen Reagor had a decent game. Alshon had a few catches. The running game, like, I don't understand. So, in my opinion, coaches coach, players play. A coach should not be responsible to get grown men up to play a divisional football game against a team that they are that much better than. And they did not look like they wanted to be there at all. And the weather wasn't even bad. It's not like it was cold or raining or like it was 60s. It was a little windy, a little rainy, whatever. But it wasn't like in the 20s or in the teens and the wind's blowing and like it doesn't like it just did not look like they wanted to be there. And then you get Doug Peterson. Why on earth we went for 2 is beyond me. I said it last week too, also that Doug Peterson plays Madden. He has to. He doesn't punt. He goes for 2. Like, I don't even know if he has a card that says what he should and shouldn't do. He just goes on a whim. He does whatever he wants on a whim. And it's so deflating to. It might be even deflating to a team. They're like, oh, here goes Coach Doug again, going for 2. Why the hell are we going for 2? Like, you have to think that. Like, if the fans are thinking it, you have to think that the players are thinking it too. Why are we going for 2, Doug? Why would I wouldn't even call him coach. I'd be like, look, Doug, what are we doing?
First name. Yeah.
I just go Douglas Peterson. Stop it. What are we doing? And then the wheels fall off and I'll tell you right now, going into this Browns game, the Browns are not a bad football team. All right, Baker Mayfield. I was reading some things and they said both Carson and Baker are enigmatic quarterbacks. Like they're like you don't know what you're going to get week to week. You don't know what type of quarterback they are. Carson Wentz is either dead last or in the bottom 3 of every quarterback category there is. And I understand there's been some injuries. He hasn't had the weapons. But I'm really tired of making excuses. I think I'm getting tired of making excuses. I'm not saying bench him. I'm not saying, okay, time for Jalen Hurts. Like, I'm not saying all of that because you start saying that, then people start losing jobs. Howie Roseman, Doug Peterson, because you guys drafted him. You guys gave him all that money. So now you start questioning the front office and the coaching staff and everybody else. And I know darn well Carson Wentz misses Frank Reich. Without a doubt misses Frank Reich. And I don't know if Doug Peterson has to relinquish play calling duties. I don't know who else is going to call the plays. I don't know anybody else anybody else on the offensive side of the staff that is capable of calling plays other than Doug Peterson. And now you've got, I think, isn't the quarterback's coach was put on the COVID list, so he's not traveling with the team. There's some other staff members that aren't traveling with the team. As far as the injury front goes, we're getting Isaac Seumalo back. Maybe that helps a little bit. So, and I think the only person out is I forget who's our only guy out. But again, we're getting some guys back. But this Browns team is not, they're going to throw the ball. They have 2 really good tight ends in Austin Hooper and David Njoku. And we know our linebackers can't cover to save nothing. I mean, the passing game for the Giants was quick hit to the tight ends, quick hit slants over the I don't understand what's going on with this team right now. It's their division to lose, and they acted like they did not want to be there last week. It was disgusting. It was despicable. There are so many more adjectives that I could probably use that would need to get bleeped out because I'm that type of fan, but it was disgusting. And Nick Chubb, we didn't stop the run well. Nick Chubb is probably going to run all over us. And it's not looking good. The next few weeks we've got the Cardinals, we've got the Seahawks, we've got the Saints, we've got the Packers, and maybe by the Saints game, maybe Drew Brees will be back by then because he's hurting right now. I guess with fractured ribs and collapsed lung and all this other stuff. And and I just want to throw it out there that they're starting Taysom Hill over Jameis Winston. If that lets you know how bad Jameis Winston is, that might be a financial thing. They might not want to pay him the incentives for playing, but nonetheless, it is not looking good. We might be looking at a top 10 draft pick when all's said and done when the season's over.
It's looking like that. You know what I mean? It's definitely looking like that. I mean, you talked about adjectives you could use. I mean, I think I used them all throughout the week. I definitely used them Sunday after the game. Listen, it's just, you can blame, did a poll on who would I blame more? I agree with you, Kep. I mean, usually, I'm a players play guy, especially when you're traveling to play a divisional rival, first place you were still going to hold first place, but essentially first place in the division, going to be winners of 3 in a row, even though it would have been an ugly 3 in a row, you were still going to be winners of 3 in a row, which would be a winning streak. And to me, players play, players get it done. And I'm watching. I can't continue to stick up for Carson Wentz when I continue to see him not get it done. I mean, if I can crush Fletcher Cox for getting paid $100 million, I should be able then to finally look my quarterback in the eye and say, dude, you're not getting it done right now. I'm not talking about what favors the organization's done for you and what favors they haven't, right? And we know the favors they haven't. And that's the story that we talked about for too long. But right now, you haven't gotten done this year. And I know you went through the same things last year a little bit, but you didn't throw this many interceptions. Now, I will give him that. It's the only thing he did well last Sunday was not turn the football over. But throughout your run, last year you didn't. This football team was about the same at this point last year, and they went on a little tiny run. Well, guess what? I mean, are we going to get fooled by that run again? And is that run going to bring everybody back again? You know what I mean? Because I think some people need to be on the chopping block, starting with our general manager. But again, he's just the one who shops for the groceries. I don't put everything on Doug. I put some things on Doug. For sure. Going for 2, like you said. Like, am I watching the scoreboard as a player and saying, dude, the field goal, the extra point makes it a field goal game? What are you doing? Right? Because now I got all the momentum in that football game. I retaken the momentum of being able to withstand the 14-3 early onslaught that they delivered to us, and I was able to get myself back into a football game, right? Back into a football game just to watch him go for 2 right there. Okay, and people are going to tell me, well, Tom, if they get it, it's going to take the momentum. It's going to make the momentum even better. Sure, great. But you're not playing well enough and clicking on all cylinders well enough to be constantly going for 2 either. So kick it, keep the momentum on your side, and hopefully your defense can go out and get a stop, or your offense can put something together. Okay, we talked about it last week. I thought it was a week they finally scored 30 points. They're inept on offense. They're not good enough. And, yeah, does that start with him? Sure, it does. But I also got to start with my quarterback a little bit because he's got to do better too. It takes 2 to tango. He hasn't been good enough, and his head coach hasn't been good enough. And nobody on this football team's been good enough, really. So everybody's to blame.
Everybody's to blame. I'm not going to put it on. I just wanted to get the temperature of the room, so to speak, because I see a lot of people blame it on the coaches. I see a lot of people, and like I said, I'm a players guy. Like I'm an athlete, right? And I mean, I haven't been a professional athlete. I played some semi-pro ball, whatever. I played college baseball. I played at some decently high levels of competition. I've never been a pro, but I know, like, even when I go out and play like tournament softball. Like, I don't need the coach to hype me up to go out there and play like I want to win the game. I'm just putting all my heart and soul. I'm 39 years old. I put my heart and soul out on slow pitch softball diamond. Like, why can't professional football players put their heart and soul on the field, knowing that they can take a stranglehold of the division, albeit the division is terrible, but still, you still can go win the division, get a home playoff game, and feel good about yourself. And when you talk about Carson Wentz, his body language is awful. Like, you don't see no type of fire, and my biggest thing with Cam Newton was Cam Newton is a heck of an athlete, but when things weren't going his way, he just sulk, just go sit on the bench, put a towel over his head, not and you could tell Carson's now he's not even approaching his teammates, like clapping them up, saying, "Hey, let's go, let's go, let's go." Like, he's not even doing that.
Yeah, Kev, have you seen at any point, and it's weird, like I see it all around the league, and I know you do, have you seen any coach go up to him and coach him up on the sidelines?
No.
Strange to me. Strange.
No. So I don't know what's going through the organization's mind, the players, the coaches. And somebody said something about Miles Sanders. I think Miles Sanders had a drop that he could have caught, but there was other times where Carson just threw the ball into the ground or didn't give him a chance to make a play. And Miles Sanders didn't look bad running the ball. Boston Scott, he's a giant killer. I don't know what it is. Every time we play the Giants, Boston Scott decides he wants to be an all-pro running back. I mean, we were running the ball. We weren't. I don't know what happened. The defense, and somebody was saying Darius Slay didn't show up. Darius Slay got beat on one play that he didn't turn to look for the ball. It was just an awkward catch, an awkward play, whatever. You don't hear about Darius Slay because he's not getting thrown at. You know why? Because he's blanket. He's a blanket when he's covering the receiver. He don't get thrown at. So people are saying, "Oh, Darius Slay's not having a big year. He has one. What does he have? Yeah, I know he hasn't had. Does he have any interceptions this year? I don't think he does. Does he? He doesn't. You know why? Because he doesn't get thrown at. He doesn't. He's a shutdown corner.
That's why I get on him sometimes, and that would be my only thing that I don't like so far. But welcome to the Philadelphia Eagles defense. I mean,
right.
It's just status quo. I mean, you come here and we just don't take the football away, no matter who we bring in. We bring in big play Slay, and he don't take the football away. We bring in Roby Coleman, who took the football away plenty in the slot in LA. He doesn't take the football away. So it's just something about, and this goes to coaching, Kep, is that Jim Schwartz he doesn't blitz. And I'm not saying you got to blitz all the time, but sometimes the best way to help your corners out and to create turnovers is by bringing pressure. And when you're constantly just bringing 4, you make it harder on your back end guys. Honestly, people think you make it easier on them. No. I mean, listen, you don't want to blitz all the time and be bringing 8, 9 guys. Nobody's doing that. But bringing an extra guy once in a while, bring 2 extra guys. I mean, your linebackers already showed they can't cover. So since they can cover, might as well bring them.
We got to start. We got to start blitzing linebackers, blitzing safeties into the box. I mean, we're playing this 4-2. We're playing this 4-2-5. So we're very rarely is there 3 linebackers on the field. We're typically in a 4-2-5 or in a variance of it. But I think Eagles fans our age, and me especially, when we think defense, Jim Johnson. We think Jim Johnson. We think pressure. We think, we weren't getting home with 4. Jim Johnson was sure, okay, my guys, the first few series, they ain't getting it done. So I'm going to start bringing the house. And then you guys are going to have to make plays. And Jim Schwartz, Doug Peterson, I don't know what it is. And thank God Brett Brown is gone. And we'll talk a little bit of, we'll bring in the Sixers with this, but Brett Brown, Doug Peterson, Jim Schwartz, they do not they don't coach to their players' strengths. It's their way or no way. It's their system. And we hated that with Chip Kelly. It was his way or no way, and that was it. And that's how, and you can tell before they even I feel like Tony Romo when I'm commentating a game. I know what play's coming before the ball's even snapped. So if I'm sitting at home and I know what's coming, there's no wrinkles to this offense at all. It's a little bootleg. It's Carson doesn't even carry out the play action. Even if we're running the ball decently, he doesn't carry out a play action like it's going to be a run. He does this little, half-ass little, okay, it looks like I'm putting it in your stomach, but I'm still 8 yards away from you. And they know defense know damn well you're not sticking it in his gut. You're 8 yards away from him. You're just jabbing it a little bit. You're a little fake. There's no wrinkle to this offense. I feel like I've watched the same offense and the same plays the last 3 years. I don't think I don't think Doug has switched it up at all. From the single back stuff to the double to the 2 tight end stuff, there's just no difference to the offense. So if I can see that at home, damn well a defensive coordinator or the defense themselves know what's coming.
Well, what do you think Carson's strengths are as a quarterback? Don't you think one of his bigger strengths is his ability outside the pocket and his ability to make throws outside of the pocket, and if not make throws, be able to tuck it down and go get you 8 to 10 yards? And the Giants, that's where they struggled with coming into Sunday. They struggle with quarterbacks outside the pocket against them. And I don't know if we roll. I don't know. I don't go back and watch it. I mean, I would love to go back and watch that. It would be torture, but I'd love to go back and watch to see if he even rolled him out at all on Sunday, because I don't remember seeing Carson rolling out of the pocket at all. And maybe I missed it. I could have very well missed it, but I just don't remember him rolling out. And I think that's his biggest asset and his biggest tool. And especially when you have when you have speedy wide receivers around too, you want to sort of let them things break down where guys and then can get open deep. That's another way you get guys open deep. That's what Seattle does with Russell Wilson all the time. Tyler Lockett, plays break down. Boom, I got Tyler Lockett 40 yards down the field for a big play. So I just think, like, we never play, to your point, we never played a guy's strengths. It's amazing. Like, did you hear the clip we posted a couple of days ago? But it was in 2017, and John Lynch and Doug Peterson were talking. And he's like, he's praising Doug, was praising Carson. And he said, you don't know what you get until you get a guy in your doors, and this guy's just a tremendous worker, great kid, blah, 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 right? Long story short, he goes, now all we got to do is make sure we don't mess him up.
I think they've messed him up. I really do. Like, I typically like to watch the all 22 stuff after the game and see and break down some stuff. I'll either watch, with Baldinger or typically a Philly guy because Brian Baldinger don't pull no punches. He's going to tell you straight up. So I typically like watching him break down the all 22 stuff. And there was I don't even think there may be 2 or 3 plays where it was a designed rollout. And I get it. Like, he's not the Carson he was before the knee injury. Like, he's not, he still can make plays outside the pocket. He can still scramble. And I'm scared when he scrambles because he doesn't protect himself. He doesn't slide. He dives forward. And again, we talked about this before, is that you can't teach a guy how not to be competitive, how not to play a certain way. They tried to teach Mike Vick how to slide and do all. They couldn't. He was just a pure athlete. He just didn't play that way. It's just not how he played. Carson Wentz is nowhere near Michael Vick, but he's still able to get out of the pocket. He's still able to scramble and the read options, and he can do that stuff. He's very capable of doing that stuff. I don't know what the coaching staff is thinking. Again, Jalen Reagor looked good, but I think there was only one deep shot to Reagor. One deep shot. The guy runs a 4.3. Why are we not sending him? And I know Carson struggles with deep ball accuracy. And you said Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson probably throws the best deep ball I've ever seen since I've been born and watching football. The dude just is able to throw a beautiful deep ball, and somehow or another, it's always on the money every single time.
The baseball player at him, it's amazing.
Yeah, and I watched living in North Carolina. My best friend's a huge NC State fan, baseball, football. So I got to watch Russell Wilson play both football and baseball a lot. I met him a couple of times. Really, I mean, I loved Russell Wilson. I was hoping the Eagles would get him.
So was Allen.
But we could go on. I could talk. There's only a few players outside of the Eagles that I admire watching, and Russell Wilson is without a doubt one of them. The other one is Saquon, just being a Penn State guy. But Russell Wilson is without a doubt one of my favorite players to watch that's not an Eagle, and I do it quietly. I don't do it openly because, I'm supposed to love Philly and hate everybody else. But because that's how I was raised. But this team does not – they're going to have to come out to do – if they come out tomorrow and they're lethargic, they're lazy, they don't look like they want to be there, something's got to happen. I don't care. Something's got to happen before the end of the season. Somebody's got to be put out on their ass. Somebody's got to be kicked out of that building. Somebody's got to be held responsible. Somebody's got to be held accountable for what is happening with this football team. And you can say COVID. You can say, you could put all the excuses out there you want to. But this is not a well-coached football team. It's not a well scheme-wise, schematic, whatever you want. Like, there's just something going on in that locker room, and I don't know if it's with the coaching staff or the players, but something needs to be done. I don't even know what could be done with Carson. Just let the kid go out there and play. Let him go out there and make plays. Let him call the plays, for God's sake. Let him call the plays. And that way, and then, Doug's not the type of guy to throw any of his players under the bus. But, Doug could take the podium one time and be like, hey, I let Carson take over. I let Carson call the plays. Let him do it. What's there to lose? He's the one. Obviously, Doug Peterson's not calling a good game. So just let Carson Wentz have control of the offense. Let him, and I'm also tired of defending him to non-Eagles fans.
Yeah.
He's getting murdered. And I'm just like, he's making a lot of money. He's my guy. He's our franchise quarterback. And Jalen Hurts is a gimmick quarterback right now. He has no idea what he's doing in and out. And can he make plays? Could he probably make a couple throws? Could he, run the read option and the wildcat or whatever else? Yeah. But he needs to be on the field, and he needs to be the only quarterback on the field. I cannot stand watching him line up in the shotgun and seeing Carson Wentz lined up out wide. What the hell? Why? What for? Why? That makes absolutely zero sense to me to have Carson Wentz on the whistle. And I can't believe that they'll actually put a DB over him. What DB has any business covering Carson Wentz? Are they going to throw it to him? Probably not. I don't understand that stuff at all. If Jalen Hurts is going to be out there, have like 4 or 5 plays to where he can throw or run. Every time he comes on the field, you know what's coming. It's a read option. He's either going to keep it or he's going to hand it off. That's it.
Great. I agree with you. The one comment here I just want to touch on real quick. Sal, he said, Sal says, everyone blames Peterson. Wentz can't execute simple play calling. Why do you think Peterson looks so bad? You think Wentz can handle an advanced playbook? Well, Sal, 2 things, right? Who's coached him for the last 5 years? That's Doug Peterson. And I'm just going to tell you because I'm in the middle of this, but that's been Doug Peterson. Okay, Doug Peterson told us after 5 years that Carson Wentz would master the West Coast offense. The other thing I think everybody needs to start looking at more and more, and let's pay attention to it a little bit more tomorrow when the game's on. But I believe Carson's changing a lot of plays at the line, and that's fine. He has carte blanche to do that. So if we're going to attack Doug, to Sal's point, Sal, I'll attack Doug for play design. Okay? So we can attack Doug for play design and creativity and say, okay, well, maybe you're not calling the plays. You're calling in the first play, but Carson's checking out. Maybe. Okay? And
or he's changing up protection.
Or he's changing up protection, which he very well could be doing as well. So we don't know, but what we do know is that you definitely can say, hey, the play design doesn't look that great. But again, I think some of this is on. I think it's on both of them. They both have their hand in why it's not working, right? So to blame just Doug and neither one of us are doing that, or to blame just Carson, neither one of us are doing that. We're both pretty much saying to you, Sal, that in so many words that they both are to blame, and they both have to clean it up. Like we're both telling you that players play. We're both telling you that, but you also can help your players. Right. And
like you said, you don't see them getting together on the sideline, not the quarterback coach, not Doug and Carson, like nothing. There's something seriously going on in that locker room or on the sideline. Like it just looks like they just don't want to be out there.
It's amazing, right? It really
and
is.
You're gonna if we lose this game tomorrow, like I said, something needs to happen. Somebody Howie needs to come out or Jeffrey Lurie. And Lurie, we know for a fact he's the one that'll come out when he got rid of Chip. He was the first one to say something. We all know Jeffrey Lurie. He doesn't stick his head in there too much, but when he has to, he does.
And Zach,
he's not Jerry Jones.
Zach, the guy on the weekly roundup, brought that up earlier. He said, do you think, Jeffrey Lurie's been here long enough? He knows the pulse of this city, and he's hoping that he's listening and that, he would relinquish duties from Howie Roseman, even though he's so loyal to him, that he would step back in and say, hey, the talent's just not good enough on this roster. You messed it up. Now you're up against the cap next year. I got to take this away from you. So we'll see, but hopefully he does have if it's not Howie, but to your point, Cap, okay, maybe if it's, I don't know. Maybe it's Jim Schwartz.
Are we putting him in the side of the building again? We got Jason Kelsey can help him move his stuff back to the side of the building.
It's the whole team. The whole team can help him move it.
Jason Kelsey's the only one that looks like he wants to play football. If I'm being honest, Fletcher doesn't. I mean, Brandon Graham has. Brandon Graham's just Brandon Graham. He's so fun loving and charismatic and whatever. But Fletcher Cox isn't. There's just there's so much to. But over the next few weeks, if the doors get blown off, if we get our doors blown off tomorrow, and then we got it's just gonna go downhill from if they win tomorrow, then the team will be like, all right, we could let's see what happens. But like I said, man, the next few weeks on the schedule is absolutely brutal. And the Cardinals lost to the Seahawks, but the Cardinals are a good football team. Seahawks, we know what the Seahawks are about. Saints are a good football team, and if they don't have Drew Brees, then maybe we might be able to steal that one. It's at home. But then we go to Green Bay, and Green Bay looks good. Aaron Rodgers is shut everybody up. has completely shut everybody up. Aaron Rodgers playing out of his mind. Devontae Adams playing out of his mind. Aaron Jones playing out of his mind. The Packers are playing really good football.
Wow,
So
there's quarterbacks out there playing out of their minds. That'd be nice to see.
I love Carson Wentz, and I loved when we picked him, just the type of dude. And I said it last week. The marriage, the baby. It changes people. It changes people. It changes your psyche. It changes how you prepare. It changes a whole lot. So maybe that has something to do with it too. But last week was awful. This week, again, the Browns aren't terrible. They're not they're your typical. What are they? 5-2. They're 6-2, something like that.
Are they 6-3 now?
6-3. They're fighting for a playoff spot. They're not going to lay down tomorrow. So are you guys going to go? Are the Eagles going to go lay down tomorrow? It's going to be interesting to see, what happens tomorrow. They're going to go into Cleveland
6-3.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a bad weather game too, and that bodes well for the Browns because they can just hand the ball off to Nick Chubb. I think they will be without Myles Garrett, so that's a plus. Myles Garrett, I think, is on the COVID list, so he won't be playing. They're talking about Jalen Reagor, like this might be a breakout game for Jalen Reagor. I mean, I don't know about that because Denzel Ward's probably going to be on him. So that's a tough matchup. Doesn't look like Zach Ertz is going to be back. There was a slight possibility he could be back. Doesn't look like he's going to be back. And I don't know. And we're gonna watch the game tomorrow, and we're gonna see the same plays. We're gonna see the same play calls. We're gonna see the same personnel. We're gonna see the same. Now, I saw you share something earlier about they activated some beast off the practice squad. He's got big muscles, so everybody's going out of their mind about a running back with big muscles.
Well, it's Evander's son, Elijah Holyfield, right? And people have loved him since Georgia. He was part of that big running back core that Georgia's had for years and years now, it feels like. And he's been a practice squad guy. And honestly, that's what he is. And I think it's funny that people get so excited over him because we don't even run the ball enough anyway. So now
what's he gonna run? 23-20. What's he gonna run? Blast. That's all you can. He don't know the playbook. Who's he gonna run? Blast or off, or it's not gonna. Miles Sanders is our guy, and Doug Peterson needs to realize that. I think this offense needs to run around Miles Sanders, whether it's screen passes or swing passes or wheels or the running game. This offense needs to run around Miles Sanders.
Yeah, we can't get down 14-3 either, like we've been too. Like
right
down 14-3, and then people are like, "Well, why are you going away from the run?" Because you're in catch-up mode the whole game. It becomes a mess when you get down early like they have. Let me ask you one question, Cap, about because we were talking about Chubb and Hunt, right? Like really, having a big day tomorrow. Does this defensive front finally show up? I mean, that's where all the money is on this football team. We were supposed to be great against the run. I haven't seen it to date this year.
No, and maybe they do. Maybe they see because they pay attention to what's being said in online and whatnot. They say they don't, but they do. To Kareem Hunt and Nick, they can run the ball. They're very good at running the ball. So like you said, does the defensive line show up tomorrow? Hargrove and Cox and Malik Jackson. Do they show up and they're like, they're not beating? We are going to make Baker Mayfield beat us. And can Baker Mayfield once in a blue moon, like a couple weeks ago, he threw 4 touchdowns. Like that was just like, who the hell is this guy? Like he doesn't do that. So make Baker Mayfield beat us. Like I said, now they have the weapons to do it. They have Landry. They have that Devon Peoples dude. Like for some reason he's played for another team where he's hurt us before. I feel like he has.
Probably because any like low level name seems to always hurt us.
And Austin Hooper and David Njoku, I kicked the show off with it. They are good tight ends, and our linebackers can't cover. Our linebackers cannot cover. So if we don't stop, it's going to be a long day. I have a feeling, and I don't want to have that feeling because I want to watch the game tomorrow and be excited about watching Eagles football. But I have a feeling tomorrow is going to be a long day, and I'm going to be able to tell from the very first snap. The very first defensive snap. If those guys ain't getting off the ball, ain't getting after Baker, ain't getting after the run game, ain't shedding blocks, I'm going to be able to tell the first couple of plays of the first defensive series whether or not this defense came to play. And again, and I'm going to be very cautious, because if they come out tomorrow, then obviously the players are just like, the players have quit on Doug. The players are just like, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm just gonna collect a check, and I don't care if we win or not.
You're right. You're 100% right. If you don't see effort tomorrow, and you don't see that 1-2 that we talked about not seeing on Sunday, if I have more effort in my own house with a robe on Sunday than they do, then yeah, I think the whole thing's got to get blown up, because you're 100% right, Kep. That means it's a combo. You quit on the guy next to you, and you quit on your head coach. And when them things start to happen, that's a place that that's a road you don't want to go down. And I didn't think we were even going to be having that type of conversation this year. That's how disappointing this season's been. And I didn't think we were going to get to this. I thought that we were going to be a competitive football team, and I thought our quarterback was going to take a big time step. And I think all these pieces around have let each other down. But I really hope that you're right, that not you're saying this, but that the first snap of the game, we're seeing our front take guys 3 yards back. And we're seeing Fletcher Cox and Malik Jackson and Hargrave and Brandon Graham and Derek Barnett, where all our money is and all our assets are, had the biggest game of their season on Sunday.
This game is going to go one of two ways, right? They're gonna get their doors blown off, or they're gonna play so hard that all us fans are gonna be back on board. They're like, okay, here we go. I'm gonna be cautious with that too, because like I said, the next 4 weeks on the schedule, we're going to find out what type of football team this is. If they're a football team that wants to compete, or if they're just a bunch of dogs that just want to go on the porch and lay down and bask in the sun and take a nap. Because they are going to play very good football teams over the next month. And it's getting to that time. And then the division is still ours. We're still in first place, for God's sake. We're still in first place. And we're 3-5-1. Right? 3-5-1, 3-6-1, something like that. 3-5-1.
3-5-1,
and still in first place.
Somehow control your own destiny talk, which is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. But maybe they got to run in them. I don't see it.
I don't see it. I don't see that fire. I don't see that underdog. And look, and we talked a lot about Malcolm Jenkins last year, but we miss him. We miss him. We miss the leadership. We miss because you just don't see it. You don't see, like, you would think like Fletcher Cox would take over that role. I don't see a leader on the defense at all. And I definitely don't see a leader on offense at all. You would think it would be your quarterback. But again, body language, just the way he acts on the sidelines, the way he walks out the field, he's not there. No, there is not a surefire leader. And we always talk, one of my favorite Philadelphia athletes of all time, and everybody, Brian Dawkins. We haven't had a Brian Dawkins since he left. Let's just be perfectly honest. And you need a guy like that on every single football team, on either side of the ball. Doesn't matter if it's an offensive guy or defensive guy, but you need that one guy that is willing to get in your face, get you amped up. The coaches shouldn't have to do that. It's on the players, and the players they didn't look like they wanted to be there. And I could tell from the first, again, like I'm gonna be able to tell tomorrow, from the first snap, I was like, they just don't look like they want to be there. They don't look like they want to be there. And to have Daniel Jones look like an all-pro, and the way he was running on us, like, that's Daniel Jones. Like, he was a quarterback for Duke, for God's sake. Like,
and you just saw him 2 weeks ago.
Just saw him 2 weeks ago.
You saw him, and he beat you on the same play. The same play he scored a touchdown on is the one he went 80 on, or whatever he went on when he fell down.
He got the one where the turf monster got him.
It just doesn't make sense. There's no adjustments. This front's not good enough. And somebody was saying, I think Dylan was saying, Fletcher gets 2 days rest per week.
I saw that.
This team's
I saw that. He got rest. The only person that should be getting rest is Jason Peters. I agree with Jason Peters' rest. He's 83 years old. They should have a custom-made rocking chair for him at practice, where he just sits there and rocks and sips Mai Tais or something and just watches practice, so he can stay on the field. And he actually stayed on the field against the Giants, and he didn't look half bad. Jason Peters didn't look half bad on Sunday. So maybe that rest is doing him some good, which is fine, which is perfectly fine with me. He's still protecting Carson's blind side at 83 years old. So I want to see some fire tomorrow, because the Baker's going to talk. They got some guys that's going to talk. It might get a little chippy tomorrow. I'm feeling it might get a little chippy.
Good.
You know,
use Baker's talking to get yourself motivated. I mean, shit, whatever's going to get you going at this point, because nothing else has.
Well, I never. Kyle said since the preseason we thought the defense was going to be phenomenal. I didn't know that. I thought the defensive line was going to be. And then when we picked up Slay, I was like, okay, well, I don't know. And then we picked up Will Parks. I was like, who the hell's Will Parks? And we drafted Kayvon Wallace. I was like, okay. And right away, he's from Clemson. He must be Brian Dawkins. No, the hell he ain't. All right, stop it. There will never be another Brian Dawkins in the city of Philadelphia ever again. All right? We compare every safety that comes in. Oh, Brian Dawkins. He's Brian Dawkins-like. No, he's not. Stop it. Quit putting the pressure on the kid. All right. But I knew it was Slay, and then Roby Coleman, I was all right, cool, little slot guy. Vontae Maddox, I love Vontae Maddox, but he's not an outside corner. He's not an outside corner. And then Rodney McLeod, love Rodney McLeod. He plays his ass off every snap. I think if he's not really vocal, if there would be one guy that I would think would be a leader of that defense, would be Rodney McLeod. But he's getting to be up there. He's at the tail end of his career. Obviously we don't have no linebackers. We thought the front four was going to be, we were going to be able to get after the quarterback with four. And I think Jim Schwartz still believes that he can get after the quarterback with just four guys. Obviously we can't, because we didn't last week against a not so good offensive line.
Well,
They didn't have Zeitler, by the way. So there was no reason for our defensive line not to get after Daniel Jones. And we did a couple times, but there were multiple times I saw defense, they just stand up at the snap. There was no push. There was no push at all. So Daniel Jones threw the ball, ate us up.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Tate ate us up. Sterling Shepard ate us up. It was Evan Ingram didn't have that good a game, which is shocking because of how bad our linebackers are in coverage. But tomorrow's going to be tough. Tomorrow is going to be tough if this team doesn't come out. And you have the talent. We have the talent on the defensive line. We have the talent. We have our back end is okay. We know our linebackers are terrible. So I expect, David Njoku and Austin Hooper to have a big game. Who the Rams tight end? Then he caught three touchdowns against us. The Rams tight end. So I don't know, man. I don't know how. I really hope tomorrow's not a bloodbath, but it does not look well. With the running with their running game, their tight ends. Maybe Baker Mayfield has a stinker, and we eke out a close one. We do just enough to win. It's an ugly game. The weather is one of those ugly games. I'm wearing the throwback Kelly Green pullover. Maybe we have a throwback game tomorrow. It's just smash mouth football. Who knows? But we need to win tomorrow, because if we don't win tomorrow, it's not looking good for the next month. And we're looking at a top 10 draft pick in my eyes. If we don't win tomorrow, we're looking at a top 10 draft pick, which some would say isn't bad, but I want to watch meaningful football, especially right now, and now there's not going to be no more fans in Philly. Hockey's starting soon. They're talking about no fans to start the hockey season. I'm like, when's the Flyers start? Because that's how bad they looked last week. I was like, all right, when's hockey season start? I'm ready to watch the Flyers. So I don't know what's got to happen, but heads got to roll. Jeffrey Lurie's got to. If tomorrow looks like it did last week, Jeffrey Lurie's got to come out, and I fully expect him to. If things go bad tomorrow, I fully expect Jeffrey Lurie to take the podium on Monday and say something, and he has to if it happens tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think he has an option. I really don't. I mean, but we saw it last year where we were going south and he didn't move. He didn't do anything. And he just rode it out, and they won some games late, and they got themselves into the dance. And, besides some coordinators, offensive coordinators, etc., some lower level coaches, nobody really got moved. Everybody blamed everything last year on Mike Groh. It was Mike Groh this. It was Mike Groh that. Mike Groh. Our offense looked better last year than it does this year. So
Yes.
as much as we ran Mike Groh out of town, shit. I mean, can we bring him back? Because at least it was a different voice and just Doug's. At least there was two guys that were making these decisions or calling plays or whatever he was doing, because our offense as a whole has continued to go south every year, and our defense as a whole has continued to go south every year. So if you play status quo, if you get blown out or even beat Sunday, I don't know what to tell Jeffrey Lurie and this organization anymore.
Oh, if we get a top 10 pick, it's got to be spent on a left tackle. It's got to be, because I don't know that Andre Dillard is it. I honestly don't know that Andre Dillard is it. So now is there a game-changing linebacker coming out in the draft? Who knows? There's not an Isaiah Simmons coming out every year. I think there's
It's a stud. Drawing a blank on his name. Micah Parsons.
Right. Yep.
Stud.
I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
He looks pretty good, but who knows? If we're bad enough to get him, because he's probably a top 5 guy.
And usually, and we know I'm a big fan of like pedigree from schools like that are known for certain things. Like, if you get a Penn State linebacker, he's going to be a good one. Just like other positions, different schools, you're going to get a good one. But regardless, I mean, I don't even want to. I hope we're not in that position, Kep. I hope we find a way to stop the run tomorrow. I hope we find a way to run the football with consistency. I mean, it's going to be the first time where we have our projected starting offensive line outside of Brandon Brooks all together. I think that's huge for continuity. I think it's huge for running the football. I think it's huge for protecting your quarterback. So maybe Sunday, I don't have the Eagles winning, but maybe Sunday they put it all together and prove us all wrong. But
Matt Pryor hasn't looked too bad. I'll take Pryor over Herbig or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have Sam Malu back. You're gonna have Jason Peters, Kelsey, and Matt Pryor, and Lane Johnson. Maybe hopefully Dallas Goedert is a lot more healthy this week, because he didn't really look healthy last week. I don't know what it was. He didn't look like he should have been out there. So maybe he has a big game. I mean, we've got Red. I know Hightower's not going to play. I think he was put on the COVID list. Deontay Burnett was brought back up. And when that guy's on the field, he makes plays. I don't know what it is with these practice squad receivers. Deontay Burnett doesn't look half bad when he's on the field.
Yeah, he'll take Hightower's spot too, because Hightower's not playing. He was on the coach.
Right. Whiteside's not playing, which doesn't matter because we are about as serviceable as he is. So, Carson's gonna have guys to throw to. Cleveland's gonna be without Myles Garrett, which helps. But you still have Olivier Vernon, who I don't know how old he is, but he always seems to show up when he plays the Eagles too. Denzel Ward is going to be covering Rager more than likely. I look for maybe Alshon has a big game, and we talked about it last week that maybe Alshon was going to have a big game last week, and I kind of figured he was. Carson, you could tell too when Alshon got missed on that one out route, and Alshon's typical, throw his hand up, shake his head like, what the hell, like I'm open, throw the ball on me. Or when he overthrew him over the middle. So maybe Alshon has a big game tomorrow. Cleveland, again, is not the Cleveland Browns that we expect them to be, but you never know what Cleveland Browns are going to show up either. So maybe the old Cleveland Browns show up tomorrow and they just lay a stinker, and the Eagles are the teams be able to get some confidence back going into this next few games against really, really good football teams, and they get some confidence back, and they start rolling, and they put it like, could you imagine over the next month they take three away from three of the four from the Cardinals, Seahawks, Saints, or Packers? Like, we win 3 out of those 4. Could you I'd be in complete shock, but that they have it in them, which is the funny thing, because they always have this innate ability to have us to be dead in the water, to be dead, and then all of a sudden just come back to life like a phoenix rising from the ashes and put together a string of games. You're like, where the hell has this been the whole season? So I think tomorrow is going to be a huge indicator of what Philadelphia Eagles football is going to look like over the next month. And maybe you do start talking about Jalen Hurts, getting him some playing time. And again, if that happens, somebody's losing their job. because you decided to draft him. You decided to give him all this money. That's Howie Roseman is gone. In my opinion, if something drastic happens tomorrow and they start a big time slide, Howie Roseman's gone completely, I think.
Almost makes me want to lose. And I would never say I want to lose. But to see that nerd either in a closet or gone makes me want to lose. Like I have never rooted against anything in this city. I openly root against Howie Roseman at this point. I'm just tired of seeing it. I'm tired of like watching everybody else. I'm you know what I'm really tired of? It really just put me over the edge because it just circled back the other day. I've already saw it before, but now I saw it again. There's a video of Minnesota's war room, and the Vikings haven't done anything well. Okay, but there's a video of Minnesota's war room, and when Howie makes that pick of Jalen Reagor, not that I don't like Jalen Reagor, but when he makes a pick of Jalen Reagor, Minnesota couldn't be more excited, and they're laughing at him that Justin Jefferson actually fell into their lap. Now, that's just one guy. We're not talking about Patrick Queen or the likes of that, but it's just I can't take it anymore. I can't take that. This year doesn't even matter in terms of his drafting. It's every year prior to this is why we're in cap hell.
That too. Their draft, like just going back to all the reactions of when we did draft Jalen Reagor. There was so it's like us taking JJ Arcega-Whiteside over DK Metcalf. Everybody knew. How does everybody know? Fans, the sandwich guy, the UPS driver. How do we know that we should take DK Metcalf? And you decide to take JJ Arcega-Whiteside because he was a nice guy, because he had a good interview. Like, give me a break. Give me a guy that can play football. That's what I want. I want a guy that can play football. And again, yeah, like you said, nothing against Jalen Reagor. He's probably a decent. Justin Jefferson, apparently, the Eagles front office said he couldn't run routes. Who cares? The kid can catch the football. He can run by people, and he can catch the football. Justin Jefferson has been amazing. CeeDee Lamb. There's oh my God, there were so many things that could have been done draft day to get us the guy, not another slot guy who can't get off man press or man coverage. And regardless, Jalen Reagor's a rookie. And he's a speedy guy, but he can't get off man press. The only way he can get off man press is if he's in motion. That's it. That's the only time he can. And then Carson Wentz is not known as a good deep ball thrower. He's very inaccurate throwing the deep ball. So we stretch the field, hit it a couple times, and then go to your tight ends. Go to Alshon, who's a possession guy. We're just there Again, I don't know why us fans can see it at home. We can see it. Why can Doug Peterson not see it? We know, and I know a lot of us are armchair quarterbacks, but a lot of us aren't dumb. We're not dumb. We've been watching football our entire lives. We know what some of these players are capable of. We know what type of receiver Alshon is. We know what type of running back Miles Sanders is. We know what we have on our team. Why are the players that we know and love not being utilized the way they should be utilized? They're not being utilized the way they're not. Again, I look at Brett Brown. I'm so glad Brett Brown's gone, but he was not willing to coach to his players' strengths. And I think, and same with Doug Peterson, he's not willing to coach to his players' strengths. And I know that you can put a game plan in place. There's no reason that you come off a bye week and I see the same plays that I saw the week prior, the 2 weeks prior, that I've seen all season long, the same personnel, the same shifts, the same motion, the same, I know what's coming before they even snap the ball. As soon as I see him set up a certain way, I seen him shift a certain way. Oh, here it comes. I know a play's coming. You mean to tell me the defense doesn't know? You mean to tell me defensive coordinators don't know? They don't know as soon as they see something? Oh, this is exactly what's coming. And the offense looked horrible on Sunday. Horrible. And then the offense puts together a drive, and then all of a sudden the defense is like, all right, we're not going to show up this drive. And they get the ball just jammed down their throat the very next drive, which has got to be deflating for the offense too. Then the offense, it just goes like the ping pong ball effect. It just goes back and forth. Yeah, and you don't see any coaching. Like you said, you don't see any coaching on the sidelines. They're going through the motions, man. Just going through the motions. They go through the motions tomorrow. They're going to have the ball run up and down their throat. Like they're going to get a colonoscopy with the football. They're going to get a colonoscopy and an endoscopy with the football because that's exactly what this Browns team is capable of doing. Thank you guys for tuning in. Keps Korner, second week. We got a whopping 54 people watching. My ugly bug, Tom's ugly mug. He's not bundled up today. It must be nice in South Philly.
Got the heater going again. We got the heater. We're back.
This show is brought to you by All Campus OC on the Ocean City Boardwalk, Ocean City, New Jersey Boardwalk between 10th and 11th Street. You can also check them out on allcampusoc.com. They got their store up. You can use code Keps Korner for 15% off hats, any type of merchandise. Allcampusoc.com. But we're coming up on 8 o'clock. We're coming up on an hour in. I think we're gonna get into this simulation. I took out Myles Garrett. I took out the one Eagles player that's not going to be playing. So the rosters are almost to the T what the rosters will be like for tomorrow. Madden has the Eagles rated as a 79 overall this week after the roster updates, and the Cleveland Browns are rated at an 84. So we're going to see what this game is going to look like on Madden's perspective, Madden 21. We're going to see what they're talking about. Last week, the simulation between the Eagles and Giants had the Eagles winning 21-6, and we saw how that turned out. So we'll see how this turns out. I put the we're gonna go 6 minutes here. Now remember, we're gonna do some. What did
we do last week? 6.
I had it on 5.
Yeah, on 5. All right.
We'll go 7. We'll go 7. So 7-minute quarters. 1 o'clock.
Can we get one here? No, I actually want to lose this simulation. I feel better about Sunday. I mean, last week we felt so good when the simulation was going on. We were like, oh, we couldn't be more excited. We're like, this is going to go perfectly. We're going to roll. I woke up Sunday morning even more excited and thinking we're going to just smoke them. I'm like, look what we did in 5-minute quarters. I was telling my wife in 5-minute quarters we rolled them. Imagine what we're going to do in 12. Yeah, well, so hopefully we
light rain. We got light rain and windy. Because that's what it's supposed to be tomorrow. Yeah. It's gonna be an ugly game weather-wise, so it's more conducive of a game for the Browns with their running backs and their running game. So
find a way to throw it 45 times tomorrow, something.
Right. But no one got the score correct last week, so I think Tom said he was gonna if you get the score correct to this game. Was it 50%? 50%?
$100.
$50?
We'll go $100 free A2D merch if you nail the score to simulation.
Nail the score to simulation. You heard it.
Gotta go now, though. Gotta go now.
$100 towards free A2D merch since no one got it last week. It was 50 this week. We're going 100.
Courtesy of PhillyDrinkers.com. So there you go, fam.
And I put on the uniforms. People were excited yesterday when they said the green pants were back for this game. Who the hell cares? Let's go play football.
People get excited about the littlest things here. Littlest things. Get people so jazzed. Now we're throwing.
Wait a minute. Who is that? Is that guy? Okay, that's Goddard. Goddard over the middle for 9 yards. I like that to start the game. I like that.
Make up for. That's what we'll do tomorrow. It's pouring. First play.
Hey, Travis Fulgham. We didn't talk about him tonight at all. Travis Fulgham. Maybe he has a big game again tomorrow.
Yeah, took a step back this past week. Fine, it happens. He's an undrafted guy, practice squad guy. But hopefully.
Oh my.
Yep.
We don't want to see that. We don't want to see Miles Sanders putting the ball on the ground. Holding defense? Okay, I'll take that. Oh, no, holding offense. Never mind. Miles Sanders fumbles. Cleveland takes over at the 41. Miles Sanders is prone to put the ball on the ground. So
great start.
Hey, like you said, we need to lose the simulation.
Need to get rolled right here. Ricky has a 40-17 Browns.
17 Browns. Good. Now, mind you, it's 7-minute quarters, remember. 7-minute quarters, so it might not. Okay, they're cutting it up. They're cutting it up on the sideline. Carson being a little animated. You don't see that much.
That's more than we've seen all year. That's more excitement we've seen all year on the bench right there.
Got Duke Riley out there. Both tight ends on the field for the Browns, Njoku and Hooper. Baker drops back the pass. Little out route. Not going to be complete. That's going to be completed to Jarvis Landry, Darius Slay on the covers. First down, Browns down to the 30-yard line.
Still time. You can get in your predictions.
Get in your predictions.
$100 free A2D merch. You nail the simulation prediction.
Nick Chubb, single back. Hand off to Nick Chubb off the right side. Who comes up and makes the play? Singleton. Singleton coming up to make a play.
2 early tackles for Singleton. Oh, first time we've seen that. Cab, look. A coach.
Look, they're coaching him up. I don't know who that coach is, but give him a raise.
A coach.
He's showing Carson and Alshon. Ertz is out there. I don't know why. But he's showing him the Surface tablet. Give that guy a raise. He's doing his job.
First coach I've seen with a tablet all year.
I don't know if the Browns are wearing these uniforms tomorrow, but they're. I didn't want to go with brown jerseys and white pants, so these look nice. Kareem Hunt, look at, oh my goodness, Singleton, another tackle. 3rd and 5 on the 25-yard line. Derek Barnett trying to get them juiced, trying to get the guys amped. They're looking good. Davion Taylor out there. Looks like Duke Riley, Davion Taylor. We're in a 4-3. 3rd and 5, I formation for the Browns. Play action, Baker rolling to his left. He's going to throw it. Baker Mayfield, nice little dot there to Higgins for the first down to the 13-yard line. Defense couldn't get off the field there. That's pretty typical. 3rd and 5. Both tight ends on the field. 2 tight ends set to the right. They shift on to the left. Single back bunch. Baker hits Jarvis Landry in front of Vontae Maddox. 4-yard gain down to the 9. I don't know. And it's raining. It's windy. You thought, they've only run the ball twice here on this drive. Baker Mayfield is 4 of 4. 22 yards. Little baby dots. Shotgun. Handoff to Kareem Hunt off the right side. Look at Singleton as an absolute animal right now.
Guys all over the field.
4 tackles on the first drive. 3rd and 4. Bend but don't break. Jim Schwartz defense here. Do we get a stop? Do we get off the field? Single back bunch again for the Browns. Nick Chubb in the backfield. Oh my goodness, that looked like a Baker Mayfield throw. That should have been a pick 6, but Madden doesn't like pick 6s. That ball was thrown right at the DB. And our boy, Cody Parkey, will come on to attempt a field goal. 23-yarder, chip shot. Not for Cody Parkey, though. Kick is up. Kick is good. Cleveland's going to take an early 3-0 lead. Good stop there for the defense. Bad throw by Baker on 3rd and 4.
Great stand, but another ball in and out of the hands. I mean, this is realistic now. You know what I mean? Can't get more realistic than this.
Singleton had 21 tackles last week.
Yeah, that Joseph's been aggressive with everything. What do you want to do, Joe? You want us to do a real game? We'll stay there for 4 hours.
He's not a bad tackler, but he cannot cover.
He wants to
can't cover.
He wants to do, Joe. He wants to do 12-minute quarters. No speed up. We'll sit here for 6 hours.
Who's Brent? Boston Scott bringing it out 3 yards deep. Out to the 22. All right, Carson. What do you got, Carson? You gonna shut us up? You gonna shut the fan base up? You gonna shut the naysayers up? Are you just going to continue to be lackadaisical in your play? Let's see what we got this drive. First drive ended with a Miles Sanders fumble. I did take Myles Garrett off the field and out of the lineup. I don't know why he's out there. Wait, is he out there? No, he is out there. I don't know why he's out there. I took him out of the lineup. What is this nonsense?
I think he calls the fumble too.
He recovered it.
And he recovered. That's great.
We see. Well, let's get him out of. Let's get him out of there. We got to get him out of there. Oh no. Well, you're gonna have to. Hold on. Stay here. Let me stay here. Can't wait. Come on. Let me get him out of there. We need him out of there. It doesn't bode well for the simulation if he's in there. All right. Well, you're gonna have to deal with him. Good luck, JPP.
Yeah, Tori.
Good luck, JP. Good luck.
Yeah, Tori. This is your Saturday night watching Madden. All right, maybe Madden will give you a win.
Okay, we got another flag on the play. Another holding call against the offense. Wonderful. Lane Johnson, 2 holding calls.
Even Madden knows they never hand that ball off to the wide receiver there.
We got a lady in the chat. Look out. We're not watching. We're commentating Madden. We're looking to watch some good football, unlike last week. Look, there's Carson's patented spin out. What? I don't know what that was. 1 of 2 for 9 yards. 3rd and 16. This is where Doug calls a draw. This is where Doug calls a draw. Here it comes. Okay, he's throwing. And there's Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's X Factor off the edge.
Like, know where he's
Doug's pissed. Doug is pissed.
Yeah, I don't know where he's spinning to. Typical patent spin move in the traffic.
Yep. The spin out of the pocket.
It's almost like driving your car into the guardrail. You know what I mean? Like, drove his car into the guardrail.
Matt, they were spot on last week too. They had Carson spin out of pressure like that, like 4 or 5 times in last week's simulation. So it must be an attribute that they have for Carson. The MVP of our team this year, Cam Johnson with the punt. Donovan Peoples-Jones catches the ball. They're going to take over at our 46-yard line. Let's see if the defense can come up with a play. Here comes Jalen Hurts to fumble Wildcat formation. Myles Garrett is not playing tomorrow. So that bodes well for us tomorrow, real time. Because obviously he's playing at a probably defensive player of the year type level for them this year. That's how good he's been this year. So him not playing tomorrow is a plus. Carson Wentz dotting over the middle. Singleton in coverage. Austin Hooper routes him up. Catches the ball for 10 yards. First down to the 36.
You guys know what I want. I want to get rolled in this simulation. All right? It's the only shot we have of winning tomorrow. Okay? I want Madden to shove it up or you-know-what all night.
We'll have to tweet at the Eagles and be like, look, you guys lost the simulation. That means you're winning tomorrow. Off the right side.
That's what I do expect tomorrow, though. I know a lot of people don't, but I do expect this front to stop the run a little bit better tomorrow. I really hope they do. Maybe it's false hope, but there's too much talent up there to not get it done.
Like you said, I think they've seen the bulletin board material. The Browns are going to run all over them. And Fletcher Cox gets them together and like, look, they're not running the ball on us. We need to make Baker Mayfield beat us. Baker Mayfield has 18 minutes in the pocket here. Rolls out, throws back across his body, incomplete. 4 of 6, Baker Mayfield, 32 yards, a whopping 8 yards per completion.
Bobby's telling you, Kep, get on the sticks. You can win tonight, tomorrow.
I'm above average at Madden, so Anybody wanna challenge me? Just come on over to my Twitch channel while I'm streaming. I stream Madden every day. I'm a partnered streamer on Twitch. That's where Tom found me. Well, between him and my buddy John, they found me and brought me over to do this. I enjoy playing Madden just as much as I enjoy commentating it. I actually love commentating Madden, believe it or not. But
I didn't know how I would feel like commentating Madden, and it's enjoyable because it's fun. It makes me feel like I'm almost playing it, you know. So
and some of the stuff that can happen.
Exclusive Patriot disagrees with you, Cap. He's like, Cap,
Patriot, how many times have you beat me at Madden? How many times have you beat me at Madden? Let me know. Anybody wants to play me for money? I'm all about that too. Players Lounge. Get you an account on an account on Players Lounge and play me for some money. We could do that. I'll take all your lunch money, all of it.
So rolling down the first quarter here, and we've had 2 possessions, and one was a fumble, and one we were 3 and out. So great start. No pressure, not a shock.
Darius Slay gets beat on hour out there. 3rd and 1 on the 17.
Well, you assume they're running it. Well, they're going to get.
He said it's a good idea. Of course, I was just talking about that. Like, why in the world is Carson on the field when Jalen Hurts is taking the snap? It's like you're basically playing with 10 players on the field. Like, you're not. It's one thing to have Jalen Hurts out there. Like, we all know what's going to happen when Jalen Hurts is out there. It's a zone read. It's a read option. He's going to hand it off or he's going to keep it. And I saw that too in the presser. Why don't you take Carson off the field? And Doug said, "That's a good idea."
Oh my goodness!
Like as serious as could be. Said, "Yeah, that's a good idea." Oh shit, it's a good idea.
Wow, he didn't get that first down.
He didn't get the first. 4th and 1. Do they go for it? Or are they going to take another 3?
I'll cut that guy immediately for not knowing how to reach the ball out. Yeah, let me slamming some things too.
I'll challenge you, but you can only use players you used your own coins for. They're all my coins. They're all my coins. I'd still have even if I were to do that, I'd still have a good team. Don't act like my whole team is because of you. These damn Twitch people. We're gonna line up for another field goal. Can Cody Parkey go 2 for 2? He does. All pro. And it's funny when people talk about Cody Parkey and I remind them that he was a Pro Bowl kicker for us. Cody Parkey was a Pro Bowl kicker for the Philadelphia Eagles. No one believes that.
That's tough. It's a tough one to believe. Also tough to believe that we gave Jake Elliott $27 million. So a lot of tough believing things tonight.
Maybe they thought they were giving it to Gostkowski, who's had a terrible year, by the way, too. So
gold standard. You know, it's Jeffrey Lurie's gold standard. Yeah, TTP, his sarcasm isn't the best. little be desired on the sarcasm.
Boston Scott takes another kick up to the 27. Can the offense get it together? Are we gonna see Carson Wentz get it together? I'm betting no.
Well, Madden sort of showed you the deficiencies early on here, biting yourself, shooting yourself in the foot early on in games with the fumble. I mean, we witnessed that throughout this season. So
2 holding penalties.
Yep, 2 holding penalties. The penalties have killed us. So everything that has bitten us throughout this year has showed up in the first 2 drives. And we'll see what the 3rd drive entails right now.
Draw play to Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders, nice little gain there up to the 33, 6-yard gain. 3 rushes for 16 yards. That's 5. That's 5 a clip. 5 a touch. Keep giving it to him, Doug. 5 yards a touch. Keep giving it to him.
Guarantee you what's coming now. If anybody home wants to know, play action city right here.
Miles Sanders still in the backfield. Okay, we're gonna. Okay, all right, we're gonna fake a jet sweep to Dallas Goedert and hand the ball off up the middle to Miles Sanders. He goes nowhere.
Fake a jet sweep to Dallas Goedert. That's
no gain on that play. 3rd and 4 from the 33. We're gonna go 3 and out. We lost it. Turned it over on a fumble at first position. 3 and out. Next possession. 3rd possession of the game. Carson across the middle to Goddard. 1st down. Nice little spot there from Carson across the middle. Goddard sitting down in his zone coverage, picking up the 1st down. 2 catches for 16 yards for good old Dallas Goedert. Got to get him involved. I feel like he's a very good tight end. And I went out on a limb last week that if we need to trade Zach Ertz, I feel that we've got a really good tight end in Dallas Goedert. He run blocks a little bit better. I think he's obviously tougher. He's not going to go down. He's going to try and get the extra yards. Zach Ertz's wife is tougher than he is.
Yeah, Julie's pretty tough.
I love it when Zach Ertz's towel gets touched and he goes down.
Love Zach, but sort of.
I do love Zach Ertz, but I think
Charmin though, sort of soft as Charmin in a way.
But the whole, need more money when you just sign a contract or wanting more money or just play out your contract. Like I understand if you're not, you're a very good tight end, right? You're probably I would say top 5. I don't think he's top 3 anymore. He's top 5, but you're not, George Kittle. You're not Travis Kelce. You need to play out your contract, and then we'll talk. I think even Waller has taken him. Maybe even Mark Andrews. So he might be top 5, 4 maybe.
Yeah, he's definitely still in the top 5.
Goddard doesn't fight there. Oh, he does. They give him the 1st down. 1st and 10. 3 catches for 20 yards of Goddard. Clock's rolling. 4:20 remaining here in the 1st half. Down 6-0. Got to put a drive together. Get on the board. Put the ball in the end zone. Take a lead going into half. Browns do get the ball to start the 2nd half. And this is going to be a weather game. I love watching weather games. Outside weather games. November. It's probably going to be a little cold in Cleveland tomorrow. There's Fulgham on a slant for 11 yards. 1st and 10 down to the 39.
Carson's starting to get in a little rhythm.
Getting in a little rhythm. That was a nice little dot there to Fulgham in between coverage there.
Would really like to see that kid have a good game this weekend. Last weekend sort of non-existent. Happens, right? He came in the league on a tear, right? And then guys are going to figure you out a little bit. Now it's time for your adjustment back to them, right? You know what I mean? It's all about
Bradbury was on him a lot last week for whatever reason. I guess they thought maybe Fulgham was the Eagles' best receiver, but Bradbury was on Fulgham quite a bit last week, and Bradbury's playing out of his mind this year.
Oh, yeah, he absolutely is. So I'm looking to hopefully the kid has a good week this week because, if he has another bad one, then it's like, or not bad one, but you know what I mean? He has another one where he goes with 1 catch or no catches, and it's like, okay, maybe he is just a practice squad guy. You know what I mean? So
a nice little 2-step drop from Carson, gets the ball out quick to Fulgham there. 5 of 6, 48 yards. 1st and 10 down to the 18. You're right, they're not called sprinkles. They're called jimmies.
Man, he's freaking Fulgham looks like he's T.O. He's built like T.O. in this game.
Oh, yeah. He's T.O. without the baggage, remember?
Terrible ball, by the way. T.O. without the baggage.
Fulgham did make a good catch there.
Terrible ball. Some things are so real.
It was Carson's arm slot on that throw.
His feet weren't underneath him.
Right.
What is he doing? Stay still.
What was he doing back there?
What is he doing?
He had him wide open. Oh, that's a touchdown. He overthrows the wide open receiver, 2nd and 10 from the 18.
I think he threw that one looking the other way. I think that was a no-looker. Guy's really feeling good about himself.
Shotgun formation, Goddard to the right. Little flat route to Goddard. That play call makes absolutely no sense. 6 of 8 for 48. No gain on a flat route to Goddard. 3rd and 10 from the 18. 2.5 remaining in the first half, coming up on a 2-minute warning. Someone's got to give here. We got to put the ball in the end zone here. 5 wide, 1 tight end. 4 wide, 1 tight end. Carson Wentz in the shotgun. Nice little dump across the middle to Goddard. Goddard doesn't get upfield. Could have had the first down. 4th and 1. Now, I know it's Madden, but it's also Doug Peterson. If this was if this is a real game, Doug's going for this. I'm 100% he's going for this.
Yeah.
Do you think Doug goes for this, or does he kick 3 if we're talking tomorrow?
Tomorrow he goes for this. And I almost would agree with it in a situation like this too, where your defense seems to be playing tough. You know what I mean? 4th and
from the 9. Nope, they're sending out the $27 million man for the. No, they're going for it.
In the gun.
Gun wing. Inside zone. Miles Sanders picks it up. We have. Hey, it's come to fruition. Doug Peterson plays Madden. It's proven right there. Eagles went for it. 4th and 1 from the 9. Miles Sanders puts his head down and picks it up. 1st and goal from the 4. Shotgun. Doubles to the right. Rager in the slot. Fulgham on the outside. Alshon in motion.
Watch Alshon here.
Oh, Lord. And here comes Myles Garrett. Just completely demoralizing Jason Peters on the outside. Jason Garrett's 2nd sack. He's got 2 sacks and a fumble recovery. Thank God he's not playing tomorrow.
That's where you can't take a sack there either, right? You know, we talk about that. You got to have that.
Jason Peters tried to cut him. Miles jumped over him. Definitely can't take a sack. I mean, he was in there in a hurry. That was terrible blocking by Jason Peters right there. Peterson's coaching the sim from EA headquarters. Carson with a 18-step drop. Did he get it out? No, he did not get it out. Takes a sack. Eagles take a timeout. 3rd and goal from the 20. What kind of play do you have for this one, Tom? Do you know?
Goodness. I don't know. Somebody get open in the end zone. Great. Somebody just get open.
Little ball to the back of the end zone to Fulgham here. Let's go. Give him a shot. Give him a shot to come down with a catch.
Let's say they try to go up top to Alshon here.
Oh, we're gonna throw a 7-yard out route, 7-yard crossing route to Dallas Goedert, and they take a timeout. What is going on? Okay, maybe Cleveland took a timeout. Cleveland took a timeout. 4th and goal from the 11. I'm gonna send out Jake Elliott. 6-3 if Elliott makes this. Ball spotted. The kick is up. The kick is good. 6-3. Barn burner. Absolute barn burner right now. This is not the type of game I want to watch tomorrow, but nonetheless, this is a Madden simulation, so who knows?
Definitely.
If you guess 6-3 in the first half, congratulations.
Yeah, definitely didn't see that in the predictions.
All this cinematic stuff, it looks so good. Does anybody watching, does anybody play Madden in here? Other than, I know the few that are in here from my Twitch streams, I know they do. Or they at least try to play Madden. ones in here that I do know. Although Devil Dog, I don't know if you're any good. I know Patriots not. I know John Burr's not. Anybody else in here actually try and play Madden? It's possible. Baker only had 99 yards last week. You're right. It's crazy. It's crazy the numbers he'll put up, and then and then he has a game like he did last week.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I still like Baker too, but they were in bad conditions last week in Cleveland as well.
He's got the tools, and I always said it was for him. It was going to be between his ears. Like I thought for sure it was going to be like another Ryan Leaf situation for anybody that knows who Ryan Leaf is. Like Ryan Leaf had all the tools. He just didn't have it all. He didn't have it all together between the ears.
Leave me alone. That presser might be one of the best pressers of all time. The locker room, him having a freaking hissy fit, and you're like, there's no way he's gonna be good now. Like if you even thought he was gonna be good, you're like, no shot. Jeez, I actually liked him. I actually thought he was gonna be better. You know, I was young, but I thought he would be better. I thought he was gonna be better than Peyton.
He had the tools. He had the arm, the size. He was an amazing quarterback coming out of college. Oh, there's a Baker throw. 9 of 12, 51 yards. 3rd and 11 from the 24. They run the ball here, make the Eagles take their last time out, or are they going to take to the air? Give the Eagles a little bit of life here at the end of the first half.
I mean, you still get this ball back. He may get a stop here. You get another, go down, get another field goal real quick, and
here we go. They're going to run it. Oh, look at Avonte Maddox coming up and hitting Nick Chubb in the backfield. They're going to take the final timeout. They want to get the ball back. 4th and 12. Yeah, that is one thing I've never done. As much Madden as I've played in the last 4.5 years that I've been on Twitch, I have never broken a controller in a fit of rage. I've cussed. I have hammer-fisted my desk at one point. I did break my desk. I hammer-fisted my desk and cracked the desk. But now I have a glass desk, so I can't hammer fist this desk. I'll be hurting. But I have never once broken a controller in a fit of rage playing Madden. Very true. If people were to not know that and bet, they would probably bet that I have, and I have not. And skip this stuff. All right, here we go. What's the 1st and 10, 34, 32 seconds to go. I don't know that there's much you can do with 32 seconds on your 34, but who knows?
What do we got? Kept 32?
32 seconds to go on their own 34.
Oh, I mean, most teams would go down and get 3 here. Most teams, especially with $27 million kickers. But we'll see. Where are you running to? All right, good check down. Let's go.
9 of 11 for 74.
Let's go. On the ball. What are we doing? On the ball. Nobody's moving. Is this real life? Is this real life? What are we doing? Doug? What are you doing?
Doug's just like, eh.
What are we doing? We just got what are we doing? Oh my God. We had a chance. I mean, we were moving there. We were moving right there. See?
And that's gonna do it.
Wow.
That's gonna do it for the first half. 6-3 at the end of the first half.
Can I say something, Kev, about breaking controllers?
Go for it.
I know there's no controller for this one, get a simulation, but I'd probably throw it across the room after that. At least at home. You know what I mean?
You want to see my controller? This controller is actually hand painted for me by a viewer on Twitch, and they sent it to me. Like my little, look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
He hand painted it.
That's really cool.
Oh yeah, I can't throw this one. All right, so Cleveland's going to get the ball, start the second half. 6-3. Back and forth slobber knocker. Look at Singleton down there making tackles on special teams, too. Give that man a raise. Give that man a raise. Put a sticker on his helmet. He's done good. Rich Kotite, don't put that on us. Don't put that evil on us. I lived through the Rich Kotite years. Please don't put that on us.
I did too, Cap.
Ugh. What obvious? What do you say? Rich Kotite years were worse than Ray Rhodes, right?
Yeah, they absolutely were. Ray Rhodes actually brought us like some life for a second. You know what I mean?
Fletcher Cox getting in the backfield there to apply some pressure to Baker. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Where was the halftime show? I actually do have a halftime show on my stream deck that I said, but I don't have it set up. It's the Tecmo Bowl halftime show.
That's great. That's great. I love the Tecmo Bowl halftime show. I mean, that's all-time classic. Wow. Baker Mayfield stinks in this game. He flat out stinks in this game right now. We thought Carson's bad. I mean, this is disgusting. It should be
they say there's going to be the battle of two enigmatic quarterbacks. And right now, Carson's playing a little bit better, but not on the scoreboard. Baker's got us on the scoreboard. Carson's playing a little bit better.
Cap, don't forget that we sort of maybe left 3 points off the board here, too.
That we did.
This game moves forward.
That's going to be another terrible throw from Baker. 4th and 10. Defense comes out. 3 and out here to open up the second half. Maybe that'll bring some life to the offense, maybe.
Is that Greg Ward back there?
That's who I have back there, yes.
Let's see if he can maybe get more than a yard on a punt return.
Well, he runs right into the tail. Up to the 22. All right. One yard per return for Greg Ward. But they never go without mentioning that he was a quarterback at the University of Houston. If you did not know, Miles Sanders backed up Saquon Barkley at Penn State. If you did not know, now you know. Yeah, I would love to see the defensive line just get down and dirty tomorrow, and just completely piss off Baker Mayfield. Because you get in Baker Mayfield's head early, he's done. And that's why I was talking about between the ears. He's got all the tools. He's a good quarterback, but you get in his head, he's done. Miles Sanders can't break the tackle off the left side. 9 for 31. He was at 5 yards a clip. Now he's a little over 3 yards a clip. So not running the ball typically well the last couple carries. Shotgun, 2 tight ends. Richard Rodgers on the field, 2 wide receivers to the right. Carson scrambling outside of. Goes back across the field. Nice little dot there. Was that Jalen Reagor? Or was that? No, that's Alshon. That's Alshon. I saw the J's. He's got the J's as cleats. The Jordans as cleats. That's Alshon. First catch for Alshon. Nice throw across his body, across the field. That's a Madden play if I've ever seen one. Alshon with his first catch. Nice little play there. Up to the 42. Shout out to everybody watching, man, all across the platforms. A2D Radio, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch. Oh, nice little angle route out of the backfield to Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders up to the 38-yard, down to the Cleveland's 38-yard line. Carson is 12 of 14 for 122. What are we looking at right now?
Yeah, our offense hasn't been bad in this game, even though we have 3 points. I mean, you take away the fumble on the first drive by Miles, we didn't even get a drive. He had the 1 3 and out. And besides that, I mean, we've moved the football, so, we've moved it a little bit. Just haven't been able to sustain, which is sort of our MO all year. That we can move the football at times, but we don't sustain drives.
I'm looking at Chip Kelly's stats, and they are not bad. Ugh. Okay, we have the 10-6 season. We had okay, I get it. It wasn't the stats with Chip Kelly. It's how he did it. They're sports wise. If there was 2 people I could meet in a dark alley, one of them is Sidney Crosby, and the other one is Chip Kelly.
Well, yeah. The problem is he won't say anything to you in the dark alley. Remember that?
He'd probably try and pull my hair.
That was the biggest knock on him. I mean, guys were saying they would walk down the hallway and say hi to him. He wouldn't say hi back to his own players. I mean, if that's any bit true, That's absurd. That's absurd. It's not college, bro. And even college, you better be saying hello to your players.
Right? Like, oh, it's so great to see. Is he still coaching UCLA? It was so great to see them be absolutely terrible when he took over.
And I do like him as a college.
Oh, he's a college coach. He's a college coach. Oh, that's a terrible ball into coverage on 3rd and 9 to Alshon. 37-yard line. Does Doug line up for a 54-yarder? He looks like he's going to.
$27 million. I mean, I line up from 60. I'll line up from Philly for $27 million. You know what I mean?
Here we go. 54-yarder from Jake Elliott in the rain.
Does he make it, fam?
Kick is up. Drive. Not even close. Not even close. Good. I almost would have. I would have went for it.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Not even close to coming. Not nowhere near kicking that through the uprights.
Oh my goodness! Leave him in Cleveland. All right, leave him in Cleveland. Freaking crumb. I don't care if it's a simulation. He's a.
We'll give you Jake Elliott for Cody Parkey.
We have a
just swap right now.
Joe, it's so right, Joe. Joe's saying so realistic. It is. It is. They got everything spot on. Cody Parkey stinks. I mean, you know what I mean? This offense isn't good enough. It's not consistent enough. It can't.
Carson spinning out of no pressure.
They're running into Myles Garrett's like lap.
Draw. Nope. Fake draw. Baker sitting in the pocket all day. All day.
Wow. This is so realistic.
Oh, my goodness. And he throws a dot down to the 24-yard line.
Oh, I mean.
The Higgins, 32-yard catch, down to the 24.
Yeah, me and you were getting open. You know what I mean? That much time. You were getting some space. Jesus.
Derek Barnett looked like, and I don't know what Singleton was doing. He was strafing there for no reason.
He's just hanging.
That's a long time to cover Avonte Maddox. It's okay. We won't kill you on that one.
And I just love that, man. It's so realistic, like the momentum change. You know what I mean? You miss a field goal, and the other team's going right down the field on you.
Big Chubb up the middle. Fletcher Cox. Nope. Who is that? Davion Taylor making a play. 2nd and 8.
That's breaking news. I'll tell you one thing, though. We've stopped the run well. I mean, we can hang our hat on that in this football game.
Single back bunch. 2nd and 8 from the 21. Gotta hold him to 3 here. Toss to the left. Oh, the defense. Look at that. Rodney McLeod coming up, making a play in the backfield for no gain. 3rd and 8. Big third down here. Halfway through the third quarter. 6-3. Browns winning right now. 2 field goals. Eagles just coming off a drive where they missed a 54-yarder. Clock running, coming up on 2:40 to go. Baker drops back. No pressure again. Here comes a little bit up the middle. Baker scrambling out to his right. Throws. He's over the line. That's going to come back. He was over the line when he threw the ball. That's going to come back. It's going to be 4th and 12 from the 26. The defense gets away with one there. They were about to have 1st and goal from the 2. Baker steps over the line. Illegal forward pass, so the Browns are going to have to settle for another field goal. 43-yarder coming up for Cody Parkey. Can he Cody Parkey it? Can he Jake Elliott it? Let's see if he can miss this one for us. Keep us within 3 points. Kick is up. He nails it. Cody Parkey is 3 for 3 on the day. 9-3 Browns with the lead. 2:26 remaining in the third quarter. Doug is looking at his Waffle House menu board, checking out what he's going to get after the game. Do you ever see that? Like they're holding those the play cards and they look like Waffle House menus.
I love Waffle House, by the way.
Waffle House is amazing.
Lucky son of a bitches down there. That's what it is. I love me some Waffle House. It doesn't. It look. You're right. It does. And I would order. I would order a ton off of that menu. Maybe not Doug.
Doug's so good.
Stale food. right? Like Doug's menu, you're getting the old food. Like it's
Go to a Waffle House. You go to a Waffle House, walk in there, just don't look around. All right, just go sit down and order your food. Don't look at how clean it is. Don't look at nothing. Just look at the menu, order the food, and eat it, and that's it. All right, because every Waffle House is probably the most disgusting thing you'll ever see in your life, as far as how they clean and how they take care of the things behind the counter. The food is amazing. Just go in there, order, and eat. Don't look at anything. All right, so here we go. Carson taking over at the 25. Miles in motion, going to be out left. Nice little dump off there. I don't know. What is this? Why are we just dumping the ball off like this? That's a 2-yard gain. Little dump off to Goddard. Goddard has 7 catches for 39 yards.
7 catches for 39 yards. That sounds
5.4 a catch. Amazing.
Sounds about right.
My food is on its way. Love DoorDash. Love me some DoorDash. Oh, nice little screen to Alshon. Alshon a little spin-a-rooney there. Picks up 6 yards. 3rd and 2. Alshon 2 catches for 27.
Yep.
Our old friend Andrew Zendejo with the tackle. Do you have any fond memories of Andrew Zendejo?
Yeah, I think he made a tackle on flex once, which was fun. And then I think he was cut the next week or traded.
My fondest memory of Zendejo, he wasn't on our team. He was playing for the Vikings in the NFC Championship game, and LeGarrette Blount just steamrolled his face into the ground on that touchdown run. Just folded him up.
There's the memory right there. You know what I mean? There's the memory. You're right. Back when we actually ran the ball, which I think, next week we'll see Jordan Howard on this roster, active roster.
Which not a bad move. Not a bad. I don't know why we let him escape. I know he probably wanted a little bit too much money. And we wanted Miles Sanders to be the featured back, but Jordan Howard is still a very good running back. He runs the ball the right way. He fights for yards. He's a football player.
Kep, he's only 26 too. I mean, he's not like
really. He's only 20. He seems like he's been in the league longer than that.
Forever, right? I would listen. I mean, you already brought him back again now, right? And you already traded for him last year. So I mean, I would just have to assume that you would get it like a little deal done with him. Nothing crazy. You give him a little 2-year deal, and you just keep him in the building for 2 more years, and then we don't have to worry about you missing on running backs in the draft anymore. Like outside of Miles, it's the only one you've hit. You know what I mean? So, it's time just to get the guy like either give him a 1-year deal once you get him back in the building, and at least you have a power back, because them two really complement each other well last year when they were on. They did.
I got to see, live and in living color last year how well they ran against Green Bay how well that Green Bay game went. And look what happened when we ran the ball against a really good Green Bay team at their place, prime time. Miles Sanders and Jordan Howard both had great games. Boston Scott, yeah, the little guy, the little unsung guy. Like, we love those type of players in Philly, right? But let's be honest. If I had to pick between Boston Scott and Jordan Howard, I want Jordan Howard having the ball. Joe, and looked like Joe is amped up about Elijah Holyfield as well, because he has big arms.
Good luck with Elijah Holyfield, guys. All right. I mean, no disrespect to the kid, but if he even gets a carry tomorrow, I'll be surprised. We don't run the ball that much, so I don't see how the third running back's getting carries. Maybe he does. You know what I mean? Maybe he surprised some people, and
maybe we see him blow somebody up on special teams. Maybe we see him blow somebody up on a kickoff or something.
That'd be fun. Breaking news NBA wise, if you're an NBA guy, Nerlens Noel, I know a lot of people wanted back here, just signed a deal with the Knicks.
Really?
Yeah.
He had thrown something up on his Twitter or his Instagram saying it looked like he was coming back.
I think he wanted to, and then I think that's why they actually went a different direction, and they went Dwight Howard, so I don't think they needed it.
I don't know what to think about that. He's obviously going to come off the bench way more. Like, he's not.
Total weirdo, but still a good basketball player, still a good backup center in this league. So, oh wow, we actually
Carson got that off. Nice little dish there from Carson under pressure. Here we go. Money drive here. Coming up on 5:45 remaining in the game. Still trying 9-3. Down to the 19. Can the offense punch it in? Put the ball in the end zone. 1st and 10 here. Plenty of playbook to use down here. 19-yard line inside the red zone. Another dot across the middle. That's Richard Rodgers. Carson is 19 of 23.
in the red.
Accuracy is the word of the day. Only 4 incompletions, 171 yards. Or 181, excuse me. Carson under center here. This has got to be a run. It's a play action. Carson spins again, and he's sacked by Myles Garrett. Again, I took Myles Garrett out of the lineup. For some reason, Madden put him back in. So that's Myles Garrett's 3rd sack of the game. That's not going to happen tomorrow because Myles Garrett is actually out of the game tomorrow. So that bodes well for our offensive line. Don't have to deal with Myles Garrett. We still got to deal with Olivier Vernon, who always seems to have a good game against the Eagles. Their defensive line is not bad, even without Myles Garrett. So we're gonna have to win. We're gonna have to win the offensive and defensive line of scrimmage for us to even have a chance in this game.
Yeah, it's a really good defense there in Cleveland, even without Myles Garrett.
Oh, nice little dot to Alshon on 3rd and 12. 1st and goal. Nice pass there from Carson. Got out of the pocket on the run to Alshon. 193 yards, 4 incompletions for Carson. 8-yard line. Way to find Alshon on the sideline.
Yep, Bill, you're right, Bill. Typical throw the ball away. Don't think a sack Wentz, and he didn't, but he made up for it on 3rd down. So
single back, bunch to the left. Carson under center. Miles Sanders in the backfield. Carson spins out to the left on the run, throws back across body, finds Travis Fulgham in the back of the end zone. He does not get 2 feet down.
Oh my goodness.
He was wide open. Travis Fulgham does not get both feet down. That's going to be an incomplete pass. 2nd and goal from the 8. 4 wide. Goddard in the slot. Finds Goddard. Nice little pass there from Wentz. 21 of 26 for 200 yards. Down to the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 1.
What do you think they do here? They run, or you got a little play action?
If it was Doug's probably going QB sneak, but this is Madden. I don't know if they're going to QB sneak from the 1 on 3rd and goal. I'm gonna say a dive here. I'm gonna say a little dive action to Miles Sanders here. There it is, dive up the middle. Miles Sanders is in for the touchdown. Barring the extra point, Eagles are going to go up 10-9, 3:41 remaining in the game. We're going to give the ball back to Baker Mayfield. We're going to say, hey, Baker, go on a money drive. See what you can do. Nice blocking there from Matt Pryor and Jason Kelsey to get Miles Sanders into the end zone. Good play call, Doug. Good play call. Barring the extra point here. This would be a Jake Elliott thing to do here to miss this extra point. Let's see what happens. Kick is up. Kick is good. 14 plays, 73 yards. 14-play drive. Took 5:43 off the clock.
That is a money drive right there. And we've been waiting for that kind of drive all year. And we've seen him in a couple big spots throughout the year. But again, the consistency of good drives. This is the type of football game we need tomorrow. We need a close football game where we're not trailing big, where we can continue to stay inside our playbook, right? You know, we can't go down 14-3 tomorrow. We can't have that kind of same start. You know what I mean? I would really love for this offense to start with the football and put together a drive tomorrow. You know what I mean? And not
still think what Doug said, we can't run the ball down 14-3, and somebody said it in one of the chats that you can run the ball, you're down 14-3 when it's in the first quarter. You can't get completely away from your game plan in the first quarter.
And I just natural reaction from so many are kept that like around the league, they shy away from it a little bit more. It's
a throwing league. We know it's a throwing league.
I don't know his reason, honestly. I don't, I wish I'd get in that guy's head sometimes. I'd love to know what he's thinking. A little fly on the wall talk. Love to be able to.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's probably submissive at home, too. I would take Doug for a submissive guy at home, too.
Yep. I don't know if he's as missionary as Jimmy, but probably close. So this would sum up our season, everybody out there that's watching. We would go down, we would score, we would take the lead, and then Cleveland would go on a drive and shove it right down our throats. So
I'm not too worried about Baker Mayfield on this. Oh, we're blitzing. The blitz is picked up though. Nice little. I actually sent some pressure there. Now this is Jim Schwartz-esque. He hasn't sent pressure all game. Now all of a sudden, the game on the line, let's send some pressure, right? The pressure doesn't get home at all. Baker Mayfield dots us up across the middle with our linebackers in coverage. Just not so sure. I would don't send our safeties. Send the linebackers. Let our safeties cover. I'd rather have our safeties covering than the linebackers. We send another blitz off the wrong side. We send a corner blitz this time. Baker Mayfield gets out, scrambles up the left side, slides down to the 31-yard line. Oh my goodness, Baker Mayfield, 30-yard scamper off the left side. We blitzed off the left side. He took off the right side. No one there. Huge run there for Baker Mayfield. And he slides down, stays in bounds. Clock is still going to run.
Dark Barnett.
Big scramble there by Baker Mayfield. Coming up on 2:40 remaining in the game. They're in field goal range. Shotgun.
No pressure. Wow.
You gotta hold it. Oh, Brandon. Who is that?
Is that Hargrave?
Holding on the offense.
Decline it.
I need to decline that. 2nd and 19. Yeah, decline it. Number 93. Is that? Oh, that's Javon Hargrave. Javon Hargrave with the sack. 2nd and 19. Big sack there for Javon Hargrave. Looked like Baker Mayfield had Kareem Hunt out of the backfield uncovered, and he didn't see him. Baker dots it across Jarvis Landry. Minimal gain. 6-yard gain, 3rd and 13 from the 34. They are in field goal range. They're probably just going to pick up enough yards here to keep them in field goal range. They're going to send out. I would assume they're going to send out Cody Parkey.
I mean,
another field goal.
You got to press right now. You got to press coverage. And bring one extra guy. I need a linebacker coming. I need one extra guy coming. I need to be impressed. Man,
it's 3rd and 13. Jim Schwartz is going to be 15 yards off the ball here.
Young man.
Oh, there they go. DBs are up in the faces of the receivers. Slot corners are off a little bit. Baker steps back, throws to the. Darius Slay gets beat on a comeback route to the sticks. Was not playing the sticks there. Big first down for the Cleveland Browns. Easy pitch and catch. Doug is not taking a timeout. Clock is running, coming up on 1.5 minutes remaining in the game. Baker's going to drop back and throw the ball. Going to scramble outside the pocket. Singleton comes up, hits him. 2-yard gain there for Baker Mayfield. The Eagles take their first timeout. 1:27 remaining. Browns trailing 10-9. Well within field goal range, even for Cody Parkey.
Bobby, if they create a turnover here, I'll ship you a free HUD hat. All right, Bob. Consider it done.
Dive up the middle to Nick Chubb. He's going to be close to the first down. Timeout again. The Eagles take their second timeout. 3rd and 1 from the 11. Can the defense come up with a big stop here?
So realistic how bad this is.
Cody Parkey about to single-handedly beat us.
Yep, TTP. Yep, welcome to the 2020 Eagles.
Single back bunch. Nick Chubb in the backfield.
Wow, get the linebackers up closer to the line of scrimmage, please. Yep, plenty of room to run.
There's the dive. They're going to pick up the first down. Eagles are out of timeouts.
Should just let him score. Should just let him score right there. Let him go in.
Should have let him Todd Gurley that thing.
Just makes no sense. I don't know why you're not letting him score right there.
A couple of weeks, the play before Todd Gurley scored, and Matt Ryan specifically told him, "Do not score, just get the first down."
And he goes,
then the Lions went down and won the game. They're throwing the ball. What are they doing? They're going to get out of bounds. What are y'all clapping hands for? What? I guess they're talking about a hunting trip. I don't know.
Yeah, talking about Jolie. See Julie's calls yesterday?
I did not.
No. I was saying that's what Ertz and Carson were saying. My bad. My fault. Dylan, it's freaking Madden simulation. All right. We're not upset. We'll be upset after we lose tomorrow. All right, bud? That's how that goes. Tomorrow we'll be pissed.
Looks like Dylan's an OKC fan.
Dylan, how do they even feel in the roster? You know what I mean, brother? Like they freaking fire sale there. It's crazy. It's crazy.
All right, third goal here from the 5. Minute remaining. That's going to do it. It's going to do it because they're just going to be able to run the clock down. Unless they throw the ball here. They're actually going to throw the ball. Back of the end zone. Out of the back of the end zone. That would have sealed the game. And it's 4th and goal. 48 seconds remaining from the 5-yard line. Going to send out Cody Parkey. I don't know what that play call was. This is Madden 21, so that's probably why. But all they had to do was run the ball, take the clock down, take a timeout, kick the game-winning field goal with no time left in the clock. Now, here in this Madden 21 simulation, Cody Parkey, kick is up. Kick is good. Cody Parkey, 4 for 4. Has accounted for all the Browns' points today. 12-10, Browns lead. 45 seconds remaining in the game. Keps Corner here. Second week, second show. Tom, thank you for having me again, brother. This show is brought to you by All Campus OC. They are a hat and apparel shop on the Ocean City, New Jersey boardwalk between 10th and 11th Street. You can also check them out on allcampusoc.com. And you can use code Keps Corner for 15% off your all-campus merchandise. Do we have anybody predicting 12-10?
Yeah, let us know if somebody had 12-10.
Anybody have 12-10?
Anybody have 16-12 if we go score a touchdown or sorry, 13-12? Anybody have 13-12?
Austin Scott takes it at the 5, runs right up the middle.
On a flag. Wow. You can't make it.
It's going to be a holding call against us. We're going to take over the 17, 42 seconds remaining in the game. We're going to have to get a lot of yards in a hurry. Doug is perplexed. He just doesn't know. He doesn't know how. He doesn't understand.
One big pass play gets us down there.
Miles Sanders up the middle there for a 13, 14-yard gain.
Hey, Cat, remember when we didn't press it at the end of the half?
Yeah, I remember.
Yep. That's coming back and biting us now. They don't even look like they're ready to play now. I mean, are they on the ball?
Yep. Doesn't look like they're in too big a hurry to get down the field. He's going to be tackling inbounds. Carson, look, Jake Elliott's warming up on the sideline.
For no reason.
This is a Madden thing, okay? This is a Madden thing. This would not really happen. That's going to do it for the game. Doug is pissed.
Wow.
Doug is pissed off. Doug is pissed off. There was no sense of urgency. This is a Madden thing. Obviously, if this happens tomorrow, the sense of urgency will be a lot more. I hope to God we win tomorrow. I really do. I really hope we win tomorrow. This simulation is not conducive to what's going to happen tomorrow. At least I hope not. And you can come on back, Tom. So the final score in the Madden 21 simulation is the Browns 12, 4 field goals from Cody Parkey. Final score 12-10. Cleveland goes on to win. That's going to drop the Eagles to 3-6-1. Cleveland's going to move to 7-3, and then right in the thick of things of the playoff picture. 191 passing yards for the Eagles. Not a big offensive game. The opening fumble hurt us. The 2 holding penalties. The sack that took us from 3rd and goal from the 4, or 2nd and goal from the 4 to 3rd and goal from the 19. Couple things that Carson Wentz was 82% completion percentage for 219 yards in the simulation. Baker only had 119 yards. Let's take a look at the next gen stats. Again, yeah, Carson was 23 of 28, 99.3 QBR. Rushing, Miles Sanders 13 for 35, 2.6 a clip. Nick Chubb only 8 for 18. Kareem Hunt 3 of 9. So 11 for 27, 11 rushes, 27 yards. I'll take that tomorrow. If we do that tomorrow, I think we win the football game.
Oh, we do that, and Carson that 82% completion percentage, and we lose like we did. Oh my goodness.
Goddard had 10 catches for 75 yards. And Carson Wentz did have that one overthrow that probably cost us a game. That was a wide open touchdown. We did put the ball in the end zone a couple plays later on the dive, but nonetheless.
I want to address Dylan fast because he asked me to turn my camera on and look into the camera and tell him the Eagles are a better team than the Giants. I'll be the dumbest person alive. So, okay, I'll be the dumbest guy alive. Yeah, our roster is better than the Giants roster. I think the Giants are extremely tough. I think they're going in the right direction. I'm not a guy who doesn't see that. All right, I don't just live in an Eagles bubble. All right, I'll be the first guy to tell you when the Cowboys are good. I'll be the first guy to tell you when somebody else is better than us. I will. All right, nobody's better than anybody in this division. Okay, we all stink.
Yeah,
right? We all stink right now. So now we're going to argue on who's the worst who's the best of the worst. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sitting here telling you the Eagles are any good. So I don't know why you're all. I mean, you can be all giant up and feel real good about yourselves, and go ahead and do that. But Daniel Jones still hasn't proven shit to me yet. Okay, the Eagles even stinks. So you want to crown what he did last week? Crown away, baby.
I said the same thing in my Twitch chat Monday. Obviously, a couple weeks ago, I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything to Giants fans. Not a word. As soon as that game ends, I got Giants fans tagging me on Twitter. Okay, you're going to keep poking the bear. The Bears eventually, so the Giants fans started coming to my chat, started talking all this nonsense. I was like, what are you even talking about? And I know it's 2020, so some things can be taken insensitively. So I tried to talk about, give an analogy that would best summarize 2 NFC East opponents going at one another and one of them winning. It's like 2 guys, two handicap people, and shout out to all the handicap people out there. Like, I love everybody, right? But it's 2 handicap guys fighting over a parking space at Christmas time. They both get out, they both hurry to get into their wheelchairs, and they start fighting, and one of them wins.
Yep.
So what? Congratulations. You won a fight. You won a handicap fight. You beat the other handicap guy. That's what I attributed it to. And I'm not, if the Eagles beat anybody, I'm not going to brag about it. I'm just going to be an Eagles fan, and I'm going to quietly sit back knowing that we stink. And I'm just going to enjoy my team's win. I'm not going to, I didn't say anything to Giants fans. I didn't say anything to Cowboys fans. I didn't say anything to 49ers fans because we stink. And it just so happens we won a football game. I'm just going to, and typically it's us older Eagles fans. It's this new generation of fans that want to brag, and they want to, they live in an Eagles bubble. It's typically the younger generation that live in an Eagles bubble. Daniel Jones, I think, is a decent quarterback. They're hurt. The Giants are hurt. Obviously they don't have Saquon Barkley. I think like Tom said, I think they're headed in the right direction. But this division is terrible. The division is terrible. Alex Smith is probably the best quarterback in the division right now. Alex Smith.
I would say that. I wouldn't fully disagree with you on that right now. I can't argue that. I don't know what people want me to say. I don't understand. Dylan, if you sit home and you think the Giants are a good football team, you're misguided too. You act like listen, I've been on, I think, almost every show this week outside of Monday. All right. I do shows all week here. All right. I don't remember one time sitting here saying the Eagles are any good. And I don't remember anybody that's been on this platform that does shows here praising the Eagles in any way. It's been Rip City here. You know, I know Giants radio probably this week and Giants podcasts are all, you know, kumbaya, right? You got Garrett clapping. You guys are all excited. And you do have a good up-and-coming team. I like a lot of your pieces defensively. But Daniel Jones is not a franchise quarterback. And I'm going to leave it there with you. And if you think he is, that's where we're going to disagree with that. But the rest,
I want to get license plate guy's take. I want to hear what he says. I want to hear what that guy says. I'll take his word for it. If he thinks they're a good football team, then I'll believe him. But I'm pretty sure license plate guy probably knows his team stinks too.
Yep.
So if we win the division, great. I don't know who wins this division. I honestly don't. And like I said, tomorrow is going to tell a lot about this football team, knowing because you know darn well that team knows what their schedule looks like over the next month. You know darn well they know. So they know they need to come out and win this football game tomorrow if they want to even have a chance, a snowball's chance in hell at winning this division. They have to win tomorrow. And if they don't, it's going to get ugly the next month.
It is. And Dylan, no, like the funny thing is I don't troll and go at Giants fans. I take all my attention to Dallas fans. You understand? Because I don't consider Giants fans frauds. But but the way we're looking right now, I might rescind that. I might rescind that Giants fans aren't frauds.
The Eagles have owned the Giants over the past decade. That's facts.
Yeah.
We have even in the midst of the Giants winning 2 Super Bowls, we owned the Giants over the past decade. So yeah, like we can talk, but we're not talking about that right now. Like somebody said something to me the other day. I was at my softball game. The umpire was talking to me when I told him I was from outside of Philly, and he's like, "What's up with the Eagles?" I was like, "I have no idea." He was like, "You're not angry?" I was like, "No." I was like, "I used to be." I was like, "We won a Super Bowl. I'm not as angry anymore. I'm just not. But I'm still gonna defend my team. I'm still gonna bleed green. I'm still gonna love Philadelphia through and through. But I'm a realist. I'm one of those real. I'm like you said, I don't live in an Eagles bubble. I'm a realist. If you stink, I'm gonna let you know. And we take so much flack for booing and doing this and doing that. We're not gonna coddle our athletes. I don't even know a fan base that does coddle their athletes.
Not in the Northeast.
And you're buying merchandise and you're paying tickets and you're taking the time out to watch games and stuff like that. If your team's not good, you should let them know. If a player's not playing well, you should let them know.
Kep, let me ask you a question. You're down in the Carolinas now, right? So
yeah,
you know, and you'll agree with this. I mean, the Northeast fan base is always more rabid. But tell me down there when Cam Newton wasn't playing well. I mean, tell me down there when certain guys aren't playing well, they're getting smoked too.
Trust me, when I go to Charlotte, I go to Charlotte every time the Eagles are down here. I was there the Thursday night game. That was an amazing game, and trust me, there are asinine Panthers fans. I go to Raleigh every time the Flyers play the Hurricanes. There are asinine Hurricanes fans. Every fan base has that fan. Where Philadelphia is not the only fan base that has asinine fans. Trust me, I've been to a Capitals Flyers game in DC. Oh my God, they're terrible. The Capitals fans are awful. I sat in a section surrounded by him with my buddy John. I went with John, and it was awful. I mean, I've been to Chapel Hill with my best friend at NC State versus UNC. UNC has asinine fans. Like there's no fan base is immune from asinine fans. None. And somebody the other day in my Twitch chat when we were going on about this, and I get very passionate about it because I love Philadelphia. Absolutely love Philadelphia. I love Philadelphia fans. I think we're the greatest sports city and fan base in the history of sports. I don't care what nobody has to say. And maybe I'm a little biased, and maybe I'm telling the truth. But somebody came in and said, "Oh, New York fans are classy." I said, "What? Yeah. Have you ever been to a game for one of your teams?" I was like, "Do you know why Cliff Lee didn't go to the Yankees? Do you know what they did to his wife? Do you know how many videos I've seen of Yankees fans dumping beer on people? Like how Boston Red Sox fans are labeled some of the most crazy fans when it comes to a lot of social stuff. Like, come on, man. Like, I cannot stand when Philadelphia is labeled the terrible fan base. And of course, somebody's like, "Oh, you booed Santa. You threw snowballs at him." No, we booed Santa because he was a Redskins fan and he ran on the field in the middle of the game and he was drunk. We booed him. We didn't throw snowballs at him. We threw snowballs at Jimmy Johnson when they were running off the field. All right.
Did you see how bad that Santa looked, guys? Like, if you're not doing a horrendous looking Santa, then I don't know what you're doing at the games. Like, I don't know what you're doing. I mean, he deserved to get booed and probably deserved to get snowballs thrown at him, even though that didn't happen. And even if it did, even if some snowballs got tossed in his direction, who cares? So stupid. People get caught up in, we get made out to be such a bad fan base. And, I mean, I don't know. People must not see what goes on in Boston and New York, like you were saying.
Or what goes on at Raiders games or Redskin games and Redskin and Cowboy games. Like it's everywhere, man. There's asinine people everywhere. It's not just Philadelphia.
People get killed at Dodgers games, Kep. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Dodgers and San Francisco Giants fans. I mean, people get stabbed and murdered in the parking lot. Yeah. I don't know that we've ever had anybody murdered in B lot. I don't know that we've ever had anybody murdered at a tailgate.
Yeah, I don't think we have. And I'll tell you, the only thing that gets murdered, the only thing that got murdered at the vet was us.
I mean, we did have Mike Scott getting an altercation.
True. Listen, we're not saying there's not a ton of fights. We're just saying we don't believe anybody's been killed yet.
Yeah, no one's been stabbed, no one's been shanked, no one's been shot. So, but if something minute happens, it's front page news. It's all over SportsCenter. It's all over the USA Today. It's on Good Morning America, for Christ's sake. Rabid Philly fan curses out an opposing. Like that would be front page news. Something serious happen somewhere else. Maybe we'll mention it.
CNN will run with that one on their fake news. You know what I mean? That's like a CNN run ad. Sorry, I'm not getting. It's just we gotta be careful nowadays.
No one likes us. We don't care. Exactly. It's like a badge of honor. That's what I take it as.
Well, look at this. This happened the other day. That memory came up of Ron Artest in the Palace at Auburn Hills. Like, I mean, fans threw drinks at a guy. I mean, front row guys were throwing drinks at him. He went up into the stands. I mean, come on. I mean, every fan base is wild and rabid. We just, for some reason, got labeled it. And it's like a stigma that people think like we're the worst. Like if you come to a game here, you're getting beat up or AB. Yeah. It's not realistic stuff that happens there. I've been to plenty of sporting events in the city of Philadelphia, and I've seen idiot fans, and I've seen great ones. And I've seen that, and I've been to plenty of sporting events in different areas, and I've witnessed the same things being true. Like I was at an Orlando game in Jimmy Butler's first game, and there was asshole Magic fans. I didn't even know there was Magic fans. And then there was asshole ones. So, I mean, come on. It's everywhere. Everywhere. Everywhere you go.
We're gonna end this week's Keps Corner on that note. Hopefully we come out with a W tomorrow. Because next week we play Seattle Monday night. Prime time. We do get that game at home. Seattle has our number the past few years. Russell Wilson is playing good football again. So again, after that, we got Green Bay. After that, we got Green Bay, and then the Saints, and then the Cardinals. So, again, last two games of the year, we got the Cowboys, and we got the Washington football team. I can't get used to saying that. I don't think I'll ever get used to saying that. So, the next month is brutal. The next month is absolutely brutal. So, they need to win the football game tomorrow. And if they don't, again, I highly anticipate Jeffrey Lurie. If they lose terribly tomorrow, I highly anticipate Jeffrey Lurie to come out Monday and say and give like a State of the Union, so to speak, and I fully expect him to do something, whether it be Doug or Howie. I fully expect that to happen if they crap the bed tomorrow. But again, this was brought to you by All Campus OC. They are a hat and apparel shop in Ocean City Boardwalk between 10th and 11th Street. You can check them out on allcampusoc.com as well. Get your apparel and your hats. Use code Keps Corner for 15% off. Tom, it was a blast, brother. I appreciate it, man. Same time next Saturday. Even though we're not playing, so we're playing Monday night. We'll preview the Eagles and Seahawks game, and hopefully we're talking about an Eagles W over the stinking Cleveland Browns. I don't like losing to anything from Cleveland.
No, me either. So let's go find a way to win one tomorrow.
They got to find a way to win. So you guys have a great Saturday night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. You guys be kind to one another, unless it's a Giants fan. Don't be kind to them, especially this one in the chat. Don't be. No, I'm just kidding. Be kind to Dylan. He seems like a great guy. Maybe his mother loves him. That's all that matters. We'll see you guys next week. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Much love. Stay blessed. We're out.